Hi, my name is Devon Griffith. What is the fiscal cliff? The fiscal cliff is a term used to describe a bundle of big U.S. federal tax increases and spending cuts that are due to take effect at the end of 2012 and early 2013. In total, the measures are set to automatically slash the federal budget deficit. If these numbers are carried over in 2013, however, this would be significantly higher, close to 4% of the GDP. The abrupt beginning of such significant budget severity in the midst of a fragile economic recovery has led to many economists to warn of a double-dip recession and rising unemployment rates in 2013 if Washington fails to intervene. How was it created? The fiscal cliff was created by a set of revenues and spending measures that are set to expire or take effect at year's end, representing an acute fiscal consolidation that could be further intensified by a potential showdown over the debt ceiling. In 2001, 2003, and 2010 tax cuts, a payroll tax cut that would raise the rate 2 percentage points, and a set of cuts that include Medicare and extended unemployment benefits. What did the Congress do on January 1st to address the fiscal cliff? Well, 3 hours before the midnight deadline on January 1st, the Senate agreed to a deal to avert the fiscal cliff. The Senate version passed 2 hours after the deadline, and the House of Representatives approved the deal 21 hours after that. The government technically went over the cliff since the fine details weren't hashed out until the beginning of the new year, but changes incorporated in the deal were just backdated to January 1st. The key elements of the deal are an increase in the payroll tax by 2 percentage points for income up to $113,700, and also a reversal of Bush tax cuts for individuals making more than $400,000 and couples making over $450,000. Unfortunately, since government just averted the fiscal cliff, not a whole lot of action was taking place in the early beginnings of 2013. The Congress should have acted quicker on the bill, and instead of delaying until as close to the end of the year as they did, they could have come up with a more uniform decision that would not have been so rushed or crammed. It also fails to take into account a long-term solution and only provides a short-term fix. What fiscal issues did Congress omit to address on January 1st? They omitted to address the 2008 Farm Bill, which pursues areas such as energy, conservation, nutrition, and rural development. Some specific initiatives in the bill include increases in food stamp benefits, increased support for production of ethanol, and money for research of pests, diseases, and other agricultural problems. It also fails to admit the Social Security program. While technically they just say that it doesn't raise the cliff or debt, the program adds to the growth of the national debt. Did Congress take additional action on the fiscal cliff by March 3rd? Well, kind of. March 1st, Obama signed for across-the-board budget cuts of $85 billion from their budgets. However, Congress can stop this at any time. I don't believe that sequestration is a good tool, and I don't think that it is the most effective way to address the federal budget either. Maybe a more itemized budget cut in areas that would make the budget make most sense for the budget at the time, such as budget cuts and program that we are spending way too much on, just as the U.S. Post Office had happened and going from 6 days a week to 5. I believe in general that we are just delaying issues for a later date and for different personnel at the rate we are headed. I believe tax increases should happen and are almost mandatory to continue to pay for the country that we all benefit from.